Directions. Abu Hanifa said in Al-Fiqh al-Absat, كان الله تعالى ولا مكان. Allah was and there was no place. كان قبل أن يخلق الخلق. He was before creating the creation. كان ولم يكن أين. ولم يكن أين ولا مكان ولا خلق ولا شيء. He was and there was no where, no creation, and no other thing. وهو خالق كل شيء. And he is the creator of everything. Now the Wahhabis know that quote. Despite this quote here, they'll bring you that Abu Hanifa said, we believe that Allah istawa ala al-arsh. Just take that part only. And then translate it as, we believe that Allah rose over his throne. While they know that Abu Hanifa said this too. And they know the rest of that quote, even the quote that they took from, the rest of it, which negates Allah being in a place. They know that's there because they take it from there. And then they give people counterfeit documentation. La'natullahi tabaraka wa ta'ala alayhim. In Isharatul Maram, Al-Bayadi, the Hanafi, explained. So what Al-Bayadi did was he took the books of Abu Hanifa. He arranged them some way. Yani, it's like, really, what he did is kind of like what's here, this book we're going over, the outstanding reference here. What's this book here, the outstanding reference? This is a bunch of books by Sheikh Abdullah. Not just in order of the books back to back. Yani, there's chapters, and then the information in his books is distributed throughout these chapters. But also with other information too, from other books too. Just to widen it up a little bit. So Al-Bayadi has a book in which he explains the statements of Abu Hanifa from his various books, according to some arrangement that he has there that I didn't study it very well to catch his arrangement. Just from flipping through the pages of his book. So in Isharatul Maram, Al-Bayadi, the Hanafi, explained, he explained the statement of Abu Hanifa. He said it means Allah was existing eternally and there was no place, which is the space occupied by a body. Direction is the name of the target of pointing. The target of pointing, that's the direction. What's the name of that target of pointing? Direction. Jihad. And direction is the trajectory of the moving object. That needs some comprehension, though, on the part of some people. Some people might misunderstand that statement there. So direction is the name of the target of pointing, and it is the trajectory of the moving object. It's like a general statement. So both place and direction are only appropriate for bodies and bodily things. Had he been in a place or a direction, that would necessitate them, the place and the direction, being uncreated and beginningless, or else that he would be created. Either, if Allah is in a place, then either he's created so that he could be in this created place, or the place is uncreated so that the uncreated one could be in it. Subhanallah wa bihamdih. So what is meant by the one who exists by himself when we talk about Allah in this context is not the one who occupies a space by himself, but the one who is not in need of any room or position to occupy. Fundamentally, he was existing before creating the creation. So he was before creating the creation. You could say he was existing, but was, the verb was is the verb to be. The verb to be in English. It means existing by itself. The verb to be, Be means exist. So there's several of them. Maybe we mentioned them before. Like is, meaning it is existing. You don't have to say existing. Am, existing. Are, was, etc. So he was before creating the creation. He was, and there was nowhere. No place. Yani nowhere means no place. Or else he would be a body. There was no creation and no other thing. Therefore, he would not be inside the world, because the creator would not be inside created things, nor would he be outside of them, because he existed before the creations and before the existence of places and directions. And he is the creator of everything. Thus, Ibn Taymiyyah's idea that the Arsh is eternal is invalid. That's what Bayaldi said a few centuries ago. As mentioned in the explanation of Al-Adudiyah, what is mentioned here is the negation of the imagination, not a negation of reason. Yani, we're not negating any rational thinking. In Al-Asma' wa Sifat, Al-Bayhaqi said, if there is nothing above him and there is nothing below him, then he would not be existing in a place. That's what Al-Bayhaqi said, and that is because the Prophet ﷺ said, وَأَنْتَ الظَّاهِرُ فَلَيْسَ فَوْقَكَ شَيْءٍ وَأَنْتَ الْبَاطِنُ فَلَيْسَ دُونَكَ شَيْءٍ. O Allah, you are al-Zahir and there is nothing above you, and you are al-Batin and there is nothing below you. That's a very strong proof. This hadith contains rejection of the Jihawiyah. We already said who they are. Those are the likeners who believe that God is in a direction. We said in the previous chapter, if you remember, we said many names of likeners from different aspects. Like if they believe Allah has a voice, they're called Sawtiyah. If they believe Allah has a direction, they're called Jihawiyah. And other things we said. This hadith contains rejection of the Jihawiyah from the word Jiha, direction. They have several fallacies that have been refuted by Abu Mu'in an-Nasafi. They claim if two things exist independently, it is a must that they be in a direction from each other, because this is what is witnessed in existence. So when he says that to you, you say, oh, this guy, he's dumber than he thinks he is. But maybe we can help him. So he says, they claim if two things exist independently, so in his imagination, he's imagining two bodies. He says, it is a must that they be in a direction from each other, because this is what is witnessed in existence. We respond, concerning what is witnessed in created existence, each of the two independently existing things could be possibly above or below the other. Do you claim that possible for the Creator? If they say yes, it's possible he could be below the creation, then they have left their own method. We know they believe that Allah is not low, because they do not deem it possible for the Creator to be below the world. Actually, they say that's imperfection. If they say no, then they have debunked their own argument. So then they justify their contradiction. The deviant people feel justified and entitled to contradict themselves. Sometimes you must repeat yourself several times to make them understand that contradiction can never be acceptable. Yeah, they feel justified to contradict themselves. Like Christian, you tell them, how are you going to say Jesus is God and the Son of God at the same time? You say, that's That's what the book of God says. Or you say to them, how are you going to say one is three? And they say, our mere puny human minds cannot conceive the power and greatness of God. So what happened here? They said if two things exist independently, they must be in a direction from each other. Okay, he didn't think a few steps ahead, so he didn't see what's coming. How's the response going to come to what he claimed? So he says if two things exist independently, it's a must that they be in a direction from each other. Because this is what is witnessed in existence. He doesn't even realize there that he's likening Allah to the creations. SubhanAllah. He thinks he's a Muslim. We respond concerning what is witnessed in created existence. Yani, what's witnessed in existence? Each of two independently existing things could possibly be above or below the other. He's the one who brought this up here. So do you accept that for the creator? If he says yes, then he went against his madhab, his own madhab. If he says no, then he debunked his own argument. He's contradicting himself. So they think they can, though. They think it's okay. They think they're guided and that they're allowed to contradict themselves. So they justify their contradiction by saying the only reason it is not valid for the creator to be below the world is because below is the direction of deficiency and disparagement. So he thinks he's justified. And the creator, he continues to say, is exalted from deficiency and disparagement. So they are refuted by 2 points. One, we say you have just argued for differentiating between what is witnessed in existence and the creator after using what is witnessed in existence as your argument for the attributes of the creator. Let me repeat. We say you have just argued for differentiating between what is witnessed in existence and the creator. Yani, because what's witnessed in existence is that two things that are across from each other could be above or below each other. So he says, hey, yeah, but below is the direction of deficiency. So he just argued for not using what's witnessed in existence after using what is witnessed in existence as his argument. Let me know if that's not clear. So we say you have just argued for differentiating between what is witnessed in existence and the creator after using what is witnessed in existence as your argument for the attributes of the creator. You do not deem it possible for the creator to be below, though that is possible for what is witnessed in existence. You made that difference because of some evidence you found that necessitates differentiation. Yani, you found a reason to make this difference, which was what? The impossibility of ascribing to the creator deficiency and disparagement. You said, no, not below, because here that's an exception because below is, in his claim, direction of deficiency, even though they are possible for what is witnessed in existence. So why do you then not grant us differentiating between the creator and what is witnessed in existence, although we have found evidence for making a difference? Yani, why do you deny us the permission to do what you do? Same argument when they make ta'wil. Tell them, what do you say about this ayah? They say, oh, it means knowledge, for example. Tell them, so how are you going to make ta'wil for this one and not that one? If I do it, then I'm a deviant. If you do it, you're fine. Why do you then not grant us also differentiating between the creator and what is witnessed in existence? Although we have found evidence for making a difference. Being in directions necessitates being created. He's saying being below means being degraded. We, first of all, don't even agree with that, but we're saying being in any direction necessitates being created, which is impossible for the eternal. It is not only valid for what is witnessed in existence, but in fact necessary. We say we do not, number two, and the other argument is, or another answer is, we say we do not grant the direction of below being a direction of deficiency and disparagement. Yani, we don't even agree with that anyway. There is no deficiency in being below, nor is there majesty in highness of place. How many guards are on a rooftop while the king is inside the house or the bunker? Any question? The Jihawi says two independently existing things only exist because each of them is in a direction from the other. Or each of them is in a direction from the other because they exist. Yeah, and he says this way or that way. He says two independently existing things only exist independently because each is in a direction from the other. That's the limitation of his mind there. He's retarded. It doesn't matter even if he has PhD. The Jihawi says two independently existing things only exist because each of them is in a direction from the other. Or he says each of them is in a direction from each other because they both exist. We respond, had each been existing because each is in a direction from the other, this would mean that the existent one is in a direction fundamentally. Yani, this would mean the direction is a condition for existence. Even if there were no one with him, he would have to be in a direction because the direction is, according to that, a condition for existence. If that were the case, then Allah would eternally be in a direction because eternally he was independently existing. And that's what they believe, though. Right there, we just really uncovered exactly what they believe, that he was eternally in a direction. However, that is impossible because a direction is only confirmed by two. A direction is confirmed by two, not one. Is it not seen that there are only 6 directions? Above, below, front, behind, right, and left? And each individual direction would not be conceived but by comparison of two things. Any direction, any one of those 6 directions, you cannot confirm it without its opposite direction because they're relative directions. By definition, Yani, those are called relative directions. So you can't even confirm one of those 6 directions without confirming another. So had direction been a condition for existence, then it wouldn't have even been possible for there to be one existing one. Because that one existing one would have to be in a direction. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ تَعَالَى. If this is the case, then making direction, which is dependent on two individuals, yani 2 points of reference for comparison, if this is the case, then making direction, which is dependent on 2 individuals, the condition for every independent existence, making direction the condition for every independent existence. Despite that mere existence and independence are confirmed by a single individual, Independence, by definition, means doesn't need another individual. So their talk is self-contradictory here. They said the independent existence must be in a direction. That's contradiction right there. Because directions are dependent. If this is the case, then making direction, which is dependent on two individuals, the condition for every independent existence. Despite that, mere existence and independence are confirmed by a single individual. Doing that is ignorance of reality, because direction is only confirmed by more than one individual. Independence and simply existence are confirmed by one individual, while direction is confirmed by two. Let me know if you have any question there, please. We furthermore refute them by saying those two independently existing matters, are they in a direction from each other with limit and edge, or without? These two supposed independently existing things that are only independently existing because they're in a direction from each other, according to you. Are they in a direction from each other with a limit between them or without a limit between them? If they say without a limit between them, we do not grant that, and their claim of referring to what is witnessed in existence is invalid, because what is witnessed in existence has edges and limits. If they say with a limit, then we concede to that. Yes, they are in the direction from each other, having a limit. But we tell them, why would you claim that the creator has a limit? Silly rabbit. We have already established the evidence that limits and boundaries are impossible for the creator. Wa subhanallahi wa bihamdihi.